This Transmissions Trips to the Store video has been brought to you with the help of listeners like you. Without Patreon support, Transmissions would not be the show it is today. You can sign up for Patreon at www.transmissionspodcast.com/support.
Welcome to the Transmissions Trips to the Store, where we show off all the awesome Transformer stuff we got this week. This video is part of our regular Transmissions podcast. You can check that out at our website, transmissionspodcast.com. We do 2 shows every week. Every week, we do 2 shows. On Wednesdays, it's about Transmissions, all about Transformers toys. That's the main flagship show. That's what Trips to the Store is a part of. So hopefully if you're watching this, you're listening to Transmissions. And then every Friday is Transmissions Alt Mode, where we talk all about Transformers comics and media. And this week we are reviewing GoBots number 3.
It's not quite
kind of Trans. It's Transformers adjacent.
GoBots number 3.
What did you say about me?
And you may notice he's a familiar face, but not quite as familiar as Daryl and Yoshi. But we are joined this week by Jason Kirk.
Also slightly less handsome, I think, but you know, who's keeping track?
But one of our longtime friend of the show, one of our go-to guest hosts when we can get a moment of his time. We did have Ant from TFU.info on, but unfortunately he had to step away, so we didn't make it to the Trips to the Store part of the show, but we will try and have him back on very soon.
He just wanted to get through the question part, so to be done with this.
As always, Transmissions Trips to the Store is powered by you, the listener, all you lovely people on Patreon and PayPal who give us money. And yes, Jason, you are one of those people, so you can take credit. You guys are awesome. Thank you for continuing to support the show. If you are not already a Transmissions Donatron and you would like to support the show, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support. And that's where you can learn how to become a supporter. So let's talk about the stuff we got this week. And I guess I will start. Sadly, I did not pick up anything new this week, so I went to my archives and I found I think this was a Christmas gift I got last year in 2017. This was a stocking stuffer I got from my wife. This is a Transformers Pez dispenser, but it's not just a regular Transformers Pez dispenser. Jeremy's excited. But it's an Optimus Prime Pez dispenser from the Robots in Disguise 2015 cartoon. But it's not just the Pez dispenser, it's got little armor, and you can turn your Pez dispenser into an action figure. It even comes with a sword.
It's a parts former.
Yeah, it is a parts former.
It's from Siege.
Also, Prime he has a mouth, so that's a little bit disappointing for me. I do not like Primes with mouths. They should always have face plates. But what are you gonna do? But it is a cool little interesting oddity. I didn't open it.
Which makes
as
it like
some
perfect Charles thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's
But,
good. You can't get criticized for not opening that because you can't lose weight if you're eating Pez. So no one can say anything to you about that one.
That's right. I cannot feast on the Pez inside here. That's a bad choice for me. On the back also it says collect them all, but I only see a Bumblebee as the other Pez dispenser here. So
It's very easy to be a completionist.
yeah. But yeah, so that's what I'm bringing out this week. So Jeremy, what do you got?
Let the thing catch up. All right. So I actually have a Transformers toy. I got the little Visper and Stormcloud, the little Micromaster guys that...
Are they invisible?
No. Why? No, because I actually opened my toys.
Burn.
They troops. I had them in the sword mode, which is the mode I want to keep them in. So they're 2 planes, which are great and all, but the best thing about these is they combine, and out of all of these, they form the best combined weapon mode. Like some of them are like 2 cars stuck together, and it's supposed to be a gun. They combine into a new version of the Armada Star Saber.
Nice.
Which, the original Armada Star Saber was 3 planes, and it didn't hold together well at all. This is 2, and it holds together very well thanks to, a very secure peg. So, I think this looks really cool. This also gives me more hope that we're going to see that Armada Bendy Prime that we talked about earlier. So, yeah, I mean, I have a couple other guys from previous weeks, but I really like this. It's nice. So
Cool.
that is it for my toys. And I got Girl Scout cookies too. Because I'm not good at going on a diet.
Well, yeah, I would say send the cookies to me, but that's probably a bad idea. So
Keep them away from me.
all right, Jason, you haven't been around in a little while, so I'm sure you've got a little bit of a backlog of stuff to show off. So let her rip.
Not as much as my usual come on the show and take over trips to the store. Also, Charles told me Jeremy told me I'm in the Yoshi spot this week, so fuck. Also, so we'll go from smallest to biggest. This is the New Age Toys Flipper. So this is kind of the Legends to the Legend scale to the Legend scale Bumblebee. If you have like DX9's Dutch, for instance, their Optimus Prime, he'll actually fit in a trailer. That's how tiny he is.
Wow.
You can compare him to like a quarter, basically. I do have the Bumblebee reissue, so that shows you just how.
Comes up to like the shoulders.
Exactly. But he's nice for the size. Really, 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 articulate and things like that. The wheels don't turn, so that's one thing you lose out on. But I'm not sure how. But like a perfect head sculpt, even. And actually, if you look at him this way, given what we talked about with the new MP Bumblebee coming. This could be basically like the small version of that from what it looks like right now. So that's actually kind of interesting to look at it that way. Keeping in Legend scale, I have Iron Factory's Rush Beats. So I have their Jazz, which since we're not getting a Masterpiece Jazz, whenever I find a decent one, I'd like to pick it up. I never got Downbeat, I think, was the Make Toys version that everyone really likes. I never got him, which I kind of regret. And again, for comparison, Bumblebee, once again, comes up to about his, chest, I think?
Yeah.
So, kind of show accurate, I believe. I think if you're thinking G1 in that regard. So, that works. Now, we were talking earlier about some of the new Siege toys that are coming out, and I mentioned that I was not a fan of the paint job on Jetfire. I'm not a fan of any of the battle damage that have come on these toys. However, that didn't stop me from purchasing Optimus Prime. But if you look closely, my Optimus Prime doesn't have battle damage. Because I went at it with rubbing alcohol and a shitload of Q-tips and got it all off of there. Well, 99% off.
How hard was it?
So I saw people say it only took like half an hour or so. That's bull. It was a while. Probably at least an hour, if not more.
Mm.
The biggest problem being that once the Q-tip becomes like saturated with the paint, you got to just switch and use a new one because it's just going to smear. So, but with that removed, this is a good Optimus Prime. I really like this toy. I've probably transformed him like 6 or 7 times already. He's really fun to put in the truck mode, and I really, really like him. So I'm happy I got him, despite the fact I was not happy about the paint scheme on him. And since I got Prime, I went ahead and got Megatron. he's good too. I don't like him quite as much. He's not as. I think Prime is probably one of the best mainline toys I've gotten in a while. Megatron's okay. He's better than the Voyager we got in Titan's Return, I think.
Have you
But
seen
I don't know.
hack stickers you can get for these?
Yes. He's also obviously one I removed the battle damage from, and I was able to do it without removing the Decepticon insignia, which is not usually the case. Usually there's paint on it, which I have tons of labels through Toy Hacks, which is actually what I did the Prime shoulder here. I put a just an outline sticker, and that looks really good on him. So I did take all that off, but I don't know. He just kind of looks like I complain it looks a little bulky, but I guess that kind of makes sense for Megatron to be a little bulky. So I don't know if that's a valid complaint. He doesn't peg together quite as well in like alt mode as Prime does. I think it just comes down to the fact that I think Prime is really, really good. So Megatron doesn't quite live up to that. But together, they go together really well, which is why I picked up Megatron was the first Siege toy I saw, and I passed on the first time just because of, like I said, battle damage. And that's the main reason I'm not getting like Ultra Magnus either. So, but because I'm not, Ultra Magnus would take hours to get that off, and I'm not doing that.
Just
other than that, not the best idea. Because on the actual paint, then you got trouble. I wish Ant were still here because I have this because of him. This is the Flame Toys Furai model, the Optimus, the model kits they're doing for Optimus. I have Optimus Prime too, but I'll just show Nemesis Prime since Ant actually got this for me at New York Comic Con. So huge thanks to him because you can get it now, but it's even more expensive than it was there. So him doing that for me.
That's not the IDW style. That's their own kind of Japanese style.
Yeah, it's actually designed by someone from Studio Trigger, which I'm a big fan of Studio Trigger stuff. I actually just recorded a podcast with our friends at Moonbase 2 about a Trigger anime just this week that'll be coming out soon, especially if you're a Patreon supporter, so look forward to that. But no, I love this style. I think this is this and the regular Prime, which I guess I'll show off real quick. But they take about a couple hours to put together. You do need a little bit of glue in some spots, but it's for me, I have no problem with that. I think that's kind of relaxing to do that. And I put together a lot of models when I was younger too. So I'm kind of used to it as well. But they're fun. If you can grab them for $35, they're totally worth it. And I do have Prime, the IDW Prime on pre-order. Megatron will go on pre-order as soon as he's available because I want both of those to go together as well. That Alex Milne design, how could you not go with that? It's just freaking perfect. And I'll finish with my one big boy for the week. I have half this toy. This is the MMC Magna. So this is the Lynx part of Sky Lynx. He is heavy, he's chunky, and he's lovely. And he has Toy Hacks labels on him. I did label him up with Toy Hacks labels
that
earlier.
That you started with is what, the size of his foot?
Well, it's as big as his head.
Wow.
This is almost the scale. But he's in alt mode, he's just a big brick basically because he's waiting for Sky Lynx. Should be seeing him shortly. Obviously, I have him on pre-order. Why would I get one and not the other, right? But he's really nice, really well put together, and just a bulky kitty. And I'm looking very much forward to getting the rest of him. Light up eyes. So, but I can't wait to have him all together. So, a few things, but all in all, I actually haven't gotten nearly as much as I usually do. I'm kind of being a little more careful, but I do have some stuff on Big Bad Toy Store, like Legends class Tarn. Obviously, I got him, so I've got some stuff coming. But that's pretty much it for me on this, as far as this week goes.
All right, that's a pretty good haul. I think, especially at that Sky Lynx. I'll be curious to see what it looks like when you've got both the figures together. And
me too. I can't wait.
All right. Well, that'll do it for this episode of Trips to the Store. Again, thanks to Jason for joining us this week, and you can hear Jason talk about Transformers Comics and Media on Transmissions Alt Mode this week as well. So listen for that on Friday. And again, thank you to all of our Donatreons. Thank you for supporting us. And if you would like to become one of those lucky people, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support. And if you want to leave us feedback on this episode or any other episode, go to transmissionspodcast.com/feedback. And you can leave us messages on the website. You can send emails. You can send voicemails. You can contact us on social media. All those ways to get a hold of us. Pretty easy to get a hold of us online. So thanks, everyone, for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Later.
Bye.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening to this episode of Transmissions. But just because this episode is over doesn't mean the Transformers fun has to stop. Join us and other Transformers fans on our Discord chat server by visiting transmissionspodcast.com/discord. If you would like to learn more about how you could support the Transmissions podcast, just visit transmissionspodcast.com/support. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you again next week.